Hello everybody, Reggie Tam here, playing on PP Poker today, playing some 20 NL, well, they call it 3-1, the rest of the world calls it Pineapple. It's an incredibly fun game, and as you can see by the stats around the table, around all the tables, it's an incredibly soft game too. We are mega deep here against an absolute whale with a particularly strong holding. This could get ugly right at the start of the video. Okay, it's not going to get ugly. So yeah, we're playing some Pineapple, and no, that doesn't necessarily always go down well on the channel. But the whole point of the channel is to sell my affiliate services. It used to be to sell my coaching services, etc. And the best way to sell my affiliate service is to demonstrate to you guys just what options there are in these clubs, and just show you games that you haven't played yet that, in my opinion, you absolutely should be playing. If you're a no limit hold'em player that does okay, then you will beyond destroy these games. Just look around the tables, you can see there's James is at 2 tables. He's one of my guys. He's a regular. He's very aggressive, pretty good. The rest, no, they're just fucking rubbish. And that's what we want to be doing. We want to be getting relatively good at poker, and then finding some of the absolute worst players in the history of the internet to play against, and cash in on the work we put on our games. I haven't been anywhere near spammy enough in YouTube lately. I've kind of just been doing more like, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm getting up to videos, and not selling these apps enough. I haven't done that for a while, because I kind of went down a little rabbit hole of saying, let's not be too spammy. It doesn't work. The videos don't get any more views for being less spammy, and because I'm not doing a good job of selling the clubs, not enough of you guys come and get involved. So yeah, this is going to be a pretty spammy week, showing excellent games. Not just this week, we're playing this all week. We're playing some No Limit, maybe we'll play some PLO, who knows. And yeah, the whole goal of this week, well, there's 2 goals of this week, or the next 2 weeks actually. The first goal is get some new players, attract some new punters. I need you guys, you need these guys, we need you in these games. It's good business for everyone. It's good business for me if I get more guys into it. It's good business for you because you get into good games. And yeah, these are tough times at the moment. And if you're a poker player who's struggling to win, but still want to play poker, then the absolute best way for you to continue your hobby is to practice your hobby in some of the softest games that you're going to find anywhere on the internet. Second goal of the next 2 weeks is fill my sack up for Dorno, and that sounds really crude, and I don't give a fuck how crude that sounds. I don't mean fill my scrotum up, or my ball sack, or whatever it is. I mean fill my Christmas sack. Christmas is coming, and I'd like to be able to... I don't even know what I'm getting Dawn for Christmas yet, by the way. But what I would like to do is be able to say, right, let's just go and win $500 in 2 weeks, and then, we don't have to touch the savings for Dawn's Christmas present. Of course, if I don't win, it doesn't matter. Dawn will still receive a full load from me on Christmas Day. But it would be very nice if we could do it all through poker. So that's the goal. Get in touch, make contact with some new guys, reconnect with some old guys, get you in these games, get things ticking over really, really nicely for the start of the new year for me, and also print money in the games that I'm spamming. Now my phone is ringing. Why do I always get phone calls? Right, I'll have to mute a moment. There you go. Now we only need to knock at the door, and we've completed video bingo for the day, haven't we? What are we doing here? Versus multiple limpers. I think we'll bump it right up on the button. These games can, because they're being played in the Filipino Union, where basically a lot of the Asian culture in these games is to buying short and try and spin it up. Sometimes when players leave and new players come, they can end up with tables like this where there's just not that much money at the table. But as you can see, these players do stick around, and the games eventually quite often get like really super deep, and you can just find some incredibly juicy, exciting spots. So yeah, I cannot recommend these games highly enough. They're just, well, they're sensational. I mean, let's just have a look around the table. We've got 54, 59, 36, 54, 44, 40, 46, 46 and 65. They're just like high VPIPs absolutely everywhere. The short-term variance is a little bit higher because the games are, or can be, pretty gambly, but the long-term variance is like significantly lower because win rates are just so high in these games that no, is that it? Right, let me just concentrate on this first. Fuck me, now the door's been knocked out, but we've got the nuts. Whoever it is going to just have to wait, because we don't go and answer doors when we've got the nuts. But that's fine. Now we can just get the money in and I'll go and answer the door. That's a shame, to win a massive pot with the nuts and not get to celebrate it. And then the cunt who knocked at the door just had something that he could easily stuff through the fucking letterbox, which is what he was doing as I went to answer. So, yeah, that was annoying. How big was that pot we won, by the way? No, it was big. 120 big blind. Profit? Could have squeezed against James in this spot here. Maybe even I should have. Now we're in a weird spot where I suspect James checking this board has something between pocket nines and pocket kings. Almost never has an ace. I think we're just going to bluff at this pot now and just going to bet small on the turn. And then probably bet really big on the river, because James just isn't strong here. He has like anything pocket kings down to like maybe pocket nines. And try and put maximum pressure on. And he snap votes. Sadly, the middle table, we seem to have broke it, which is a shame. But that sometimes happens when you break the whales. You break the tables. Let's see what we got going on here. Running, hide full. Any more 5-10? Aha, there's one. So let's remove this. and jump into this one. Sadly, we're going to have to jump on the wait list. Top set, happy days. No blockers to any draws, which is nice. We get led into, which is even nicer. Hopefully he doesn't fold. He doesn't. It's a brickiest of brick turns. We still have the nuts. Yeah, there's a draw, or maybe the case jack. Sadly, he just check fold to turn. We need to keep betting there, though. I mean, most draws probably aren't folding. If he has just that, if he has the case jack, probably not folding. If he's weird enough to have like a set of deuces or a set of nines there, then we want to try and make a massive pop. Sadly, he didn't have any of those holdings. By the look of things, he just had some random airball. Maybe something like King 10 or something. Maybe a gut shot that we made it small enough that he could call on the flop, but then perhaps too big on the turn. I think we'll lose this table for now and play lower. I want to play higher stakes games than these, but for making video purposes, we're going to do it in the... I don't even know how much I'm buying him for there, just a lot. We're going to make it more in the region of the games that you guys might be playing in if you do join me in these in the clubs and get involved in the games. And don't really make too many like top of my range buy-in type videos, because most of you guys are 5NL, 10NL, 20NL players. So I like to make games at the limits you guys are playing. So if you do decide to get involved, you know exactly you've seen, you're able to view the product before you buy it. I mean, if I'm showing 60NL games and you've no idea what the 20NL games really look like, then yeah, it's not good salesmanship, in my opinion. Right here, I'm going to kick it off with a small bet. Boost barrel any good turns, which is basically any card over a 9. If he calls again, we're probably going to bet really big on the river. We certainly are now. We've rivered the nuts. He hasn't folded yet, which is encouraging. So my plans for triple barrel bluff would have been pretty disastrous. We are not going to be in any shape, way or form c-betting this board. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. I'm willing just to give up against these like very high VPIP players in spots where we don't have anything like a range advantage, and on boards where I just do not expect to see very many folds at all from my opponents. Put the huge squeeze in over the multiple limpers in the middle table. How many callers are we going to get? Do not like that ace, but I don't think we should slow down on it either. Just effectively conceding the pot there if we check. He called so quickly there. Gonna bet again, really small for really thin value from like Jack X, etc. Okay, so we're not getting thin value from Jack X. Ace 8 off, okay. That's fine. It is nice to find games where, as you saw just then, people are willing to limp call whatever I made it. 9.5 lines pre-flop with just ace 8 offsuit. You love to see it. You have to love to see it. It's what you want to see. I've been chatting to a fair number of players lately, as I always do, and in the Sky Discord, there's quite a few players who share their like conversations from the table, and there's so many players. It boggles my mind. There's still in 2020 there are so many players who kind of like they get frustrated. Well, it's okay to be frustrated. I'm wording this badly. They get like annoyed with fish to the point where they don't want to fucking play with them. You know, the guys in the group will share conversations they've had at the tables with other players who've been like, "Oh, fucking, you can't fucking win at £5.50 betting tournaments or whatever because no one ever folds anything, and you know, fucking hell, it's just bingo." Yeah, show me them games all day. And I'll show you someone who wouldn't leave this fucking sofa. I wouldn't take my fat ass off this sofa. You want to be in these games with people who limp call ace 8. And believe it or not, you want them to hit now and again and, you know, win some pots. Because if they don't, then they just won't come back, you know. You need to have these people in these games who think they're doing the right things and just continually making big mistakes and then blaming outside influences for like why they don't win. Blaming their opponents, blaming this, blaming the RNG, blaming fucking anything. But you know what? Perhaps if I didn't play ace 8 off under the gun, perhaps I wouldn't lose as much money. Because I think like some of the guys I've spoke to about these games, a couple of guys took a look at them and then got in touch saying, "Oh, you know, you just can't beat the fish in them." And deep down, they know that's not true. They know it's nonsense. I've had a couple of conversations with people where we've had to have some tough love type conversations where they've been like, "Oh, I just don't think that game's beatable." I mean, how can it not be beatable? And then when we have the conversation, we talk about how best to beat these games: play tight, make large value bets. You know, don't pay off versus like unwarranted aggression, that type of thing. And you know, for several players, when they've made some adjustments, then you know things have got better for them. I mean, if you're not able to come into games where there's like 40 and 50 VPIPs just raining all over you, then with all due respect, you're never going to beat higher stakes games with better, tighter players. It just isn't going to be a thing. Yeah, you're going to know where you are more in hand sometimes and feel like things are working out for you better. You know, like, oh, I know what I'm doing against these guys. I'm playing much better. And maybe you do play much better. But you won't win money. You won't make money because that table's come up now, but fuck it. Because you're just going to be against guys who are just better than you. If you're not beating, say, 10 and L, moving up to 40 and L to where they respect your raises, to use a well-known cliche, that ain't going to work out well for you. And you've got to learn to beat the bad games first before you even think about moving up. And you ain't going to find softer games than the ones we're playing in today. So yeah, spam, spam, spam. Reach out, get in touch, make me busy. Give me something to do. lobbing a flush over here. We're not going to be bashful with it either. Never mind. Never mind. I'd love to transfer this card over to this table in just a moment. Not a big fan of like playing implied odds hands against people with 30 blind stacks. But he did make it the minimum. So it feels rude not to try and see a flop. Then the guy who's limped under the guns just put a limp raise in. None of these guys have got enough money to warrant putting the money. If 100 blinds deep there, then you just call in a heartbeat. You know that guy's got a monster, and you just try and catch lightning in a bottle against him. But he doesn't, so there you go. Yeah, here's king. And fuck knows what he was doing, but there you go. The guy's limp raised under the gun, and you're just like willing to wager the rest of your chips on king high boards with ace jack. Horizon, that was unreasonable. Or unreasonable. Shouldn't have had to explain that, should I? Should have just left it as unreasonable. And if you didn't fucking get it, then whatever. There's going to be a video today, there's going to be a video tomorrow, there isn't going to be one Wednesday, there's going to be a video Thursday, and there might be one Friday too. It is spam week. We are filling that sack up for Dorno. It's spam central this week. So for those of you guys who like my content, then you're going to have some extra stuff to watch, more stuff than usual to watch. In fact, no, hang on, scratch that. There won't be a video tomorrow. We've got a gentleman coming to hang some doors for us. So, sorry, there won't be a video tomorrow. That's annoying. I mean, I guess there could be a video tomorrow if I made 2 videos today. Maybe. $86, $39, $52, $60. Nah, let's go. Let's try and isolate the absolute nutter up here. I mean, King Queen's just miles ahead of a 86-39's range. Sadly, we couldn't shake this fellow off. And again, we get a diabolical situation with him. Give up, don't shoot. Oh, we river a queen, that's delightful. Oh, ace queen, never mind. Never mind. That didn't go to plan, did it? No, we're probably going to triple here against James and just hope he doesn't have a reasonable ace. That's a bottled it. Well, didn't bottle it. Panicked there. James going for a check raise on the turn, which makes me think he's got a set a lot of the time. This was a complete fuck up with his sizing, but it's turned out okay. No, well, he hasn't turned out okay anyway. Oh yes, it has. I think we probably want to call here against James, do we? Or do we want to rip? will rip. He's better than calling, I think. If he doesn't have pocket aces, we can have pocket aces. If he's got a set of 7s or 8s or deuces, then it's time to get there. And hopefully the double tank, he does have a set of 8s. That's unfortunate. Kind of thought he might have a set. But, you know, with us being able to have 3 aces there and having an nut flush draw, and James being, I think, aggressive enough to have some bluffs there, I think my line's okay. Could be wrong. A little bit annoyed with myself because there's just no reason to battle with the only regular at the table, but yeah. Ugh. I'm not sure. I think in spots like that, it's too easy to be result orientated. I think it's something I'll go back and look at again at the end of the session. Because kind of thinking to myself at the moment, I'm thinking, would I have jammed a set of aces there? Nah, I wouldn't. I'd have called. Don't think I would have jammed the aces. So if I'm not jamming the aces, then probably shouldn't be jamming draws. Probably shouldn't have a jamming range there. I think it's probably not great to have an all-in range there. But maybe we should jam the aces, and therefore if we are going to jam the aces, then, you know, we can have a small number of bluffs. I don't know. Maybe it's fine, maybe it's not. What isn't fine though is getting fucking stacked on a video. And I think we were deep as well, weren't we? I think we were like, yeah, 1,440 blinds deep. Never mind. Multi-way pot with the king high. We're going to be mentally checking out of this one. Yeah, I think I will record 2 videos today, so I think we'll probably got another 45 minutes before I need to be somewhere else. So I think we'll probably cut this one now and then fire another one up, I think. That would make a lot of sense to me. Is there anything going on? We would have thought to set had we not booking folded. And we have aces here. So let's finish the video with the aces, and then we'll get started on making on the ace king. But basically, next time we have fuck all going on, we'll end the video and start a Tuesday video. So that's a limp and a min raise, and that's a 3-bet from us. And we're going to squeeze twice against James. We're going to call it off with the aces, of course. Find ourselves in remarkably good shape, and we win. Sadly, we've missed both times with the squeezes. I meant to bet that one small, but then again, looking at his stack size, maybe that wouldn't be a good idea. Don't really understand what James would be racing with here. But it doesn't matter because we have a big fat ball of air. But yeah. Doesn't seem like you're going to want to have too many raises. They're going to be, in my opinion, and I'm not criticising James because James knows what he's doing. And maybe you do have to have some raises versus small bet sizes, etc, etc, etc. And I know James watches my videos, so he'll know what I'm up to lately with like c-betting smaller with higher frequencies, etc. But yeah, I'm not sure you want to have too many raises there. But I could be very, very wrong, and I'm not going to criticise someone who does pretty good at poker. Because it's very likely I could be talking right out my ass. Anyways. Yeah, we'll knock this one on the head and we'll get on with recording tomorrow's. So, take care everybody. I'm going to make tomorrow's video today, but I'll see you all again tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.